Bulavinaka, my name is Litia and I'm from the beautiful island of Laos and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rock.
My name is Casey, I'm from Tabua. We love Today FM in Tabua. Today FM rocks.
My name is Selina, I'm from Tavenga Vengamba. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Pula, my name is Carlo. I love listening to the music in Today FM, in Malak Island. Today FM rock.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news, new homes for families of fallen soldiers. Significant improvement to LTA services, says a new chief executive. And 3 employees charged by FRCA for alleged obstruction.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Amrita Sagar.
The families of 4 patriots who lost their lives during the 2000 coup were today given new homes. Prime Minister Varange Bainimarama handed the keys and titles to these families in Wanimbuku, Nakasi. Kelly Vadala reports.
These families showed their gratitude to the government, saying the sacrifice made by their loved ones didn't go unnoticed.
You know, bricks and mortar won't replace life, but this is actually a legacy that they've left us. It's a legacy we leave to our children. And we know that, you know, our husband's sacrifices have not been in vain.
We are so happy to have received a new home, and we are thankful to the government for remembering us and not forgetting the sacrifices my husband has made.
I really appreciate and I'm so thankful to the Prime Minister for donating us the house.
Prime Minister Varange Bainimarama says Fiji has come a long way in the past 17 years and Fijians have better access to opportunities.
Patriots, just like the six Fijians we lost 17 years ago, have built the Fiji we know today. And their legacy lives on. It lives on in the men, women and children all across our islands who can access opportunity like never before. It lives on in the common identity we have forged for all of our citizens.
Prime Minister Varange Bainimarama handed over the keys and titles of new homes to 2 families last year. Today he hands over the remaining 4 homes of our fallen soldiers and policemen.
Bainimarama says we should never forget the events of 2000 and the sacrifices made by those to bring peace and stability. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
Around 1,600 diploma holder teachers whose salary was reduced to certificate level will receive their correct salary in 1 week's time. Fiji Teachers Confederation General Secretary Agnideo Singh says they had reported an employment dispute with the Chief Registrar at the High Court on the matter last year. The Confederation then met with PS Education and the Director of Civil Service Reform Management Unit last week to resolve the teacher pay issue. A MOU was signed between the parties in this regard last Thursday. Singh says teachers will also receive an increase in salary when job evaluation exercise is effected into their new and correct diploma salary.
All those diploma holders will now be paid their correct salary of 18,056, backdated to 15th of January 2017. In other words, they will get their back pay for 6 months in the pay that comes next Thursday.
The Land Transport Authority has made significant improvements to its customer service over the past few months. LTA services has often been criticized by the public, and Chief Executive Carmen Piantedosi says under his leadership he has made it mandatory to make necessary changes. Pranita Prakash reports.
8 weeks into his new position, LTA Chief Executive Carmen Piantedosi says he has been receiving some positive feedbacks.
So we've opened our offices on Saturdays to accommodate that. But just internally we've improved our processes as well, so that the customer generally doesn't see what happens internally, but the end result is better customer service, better response time and all this. So that's been happening, and it still needs to continue to happen.
Customers have also noticed changes within the organization.
It improved the best. From before, they used to open only in weekdays, but now they open on Saturday.
Yes, they have improved a lot.
LTA is also increasing its enforcement capabilities.
We're ramping up enforcement officers next financial year. We've got openings for about 27 new positions, which we've got a budget approved for. So that's going to increase our enforcement profile.
Piantedosi says he is also focusing on organizational and service delivery changes, including stakeholder involvement. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
The Fiji Revenue and Customs Authority is investigating 3 employees of a prominent shopping mall in Suva for allegedly obstructing its officers during the course of their duties. The alleged incident happened last week when 2 tax officers were doing routine inspection. It is alleged the mall administrator instructed 2 of his security guards to forcefully remove FRCA officers from the premises. Obstructing a FRCA officer is a serious offence and attracts a fine of up to $25,000 or imprisonment not exceeding 24 months or both. Charges were filed yesterday afternoon and the 3 will appear in the Suva Magistrates Court at a later date. Well, still to come, new company to increase competition in real estate market. And hundreds attend food and music festival. Stay with us.
Moala rarada ranavika, o tikongona taunu singatoka, ando talifaka na wakaronga ng Bula FM, number 2 na sere.
Ya dora chubuli kurnambili, ibora ni batukara hambara binaranga, do talitakina na wakaronga ng Bula FM, number 2 na sere. Bula!
Bula FM, number 2 na sere.
Now, it is easy to fit in the lifestyle and the culture of Nandi, but it is a different story when it comes to real estate. The exorbitant rent prices is a concern for low and middle-income earners. Ropate Valeme reports a newly established real estate in Lautoka is aiming to provide good competition.
An Australian real estate company, Rain & Horn, has established its network in Lautoka, just a time when cultural shifts are changing in the Fijian property market.
The rental market is pretty versatile, especially Nandi. Lautoka is growing now, and that's the reason we have brought in Rain & Horn, and we are looking at getting into property management, sales and project management.
Rain & Horn Executive Chairman Angus Rain says they have big plans for Fiji and the region.
At the moment we have 18 staff at Rain & Horn Fiji, and we hope to have 30 salespeople by the end of the year. So again, a very aggressive recruitment campaign. I think Fiji is a centrepiece for the South Pacific, so it was a perfect destination to start our very aggressive plans. Not only for Fiji, we're going to open another 3 offices in Fiji, but also in Solomons, Samoa and Vanuatu.
Fiji's Real Estate Association President V.R. Sharma agrees that housing is a problem in Fiji.
It has been felt that housing is a problem in Fiji, not only in Central Eastern but in the Western Division as well. We know that there are several low-income earners who are looking for houses or shelter to stay, but they can't find any affordable.
During the budget announcement, Economy Minister Aya Said Kayum has said that affordable housing has currently many negative connotations, and some low-cost housing areas have essentially become ghettos, devoid of opportunities, with some prospect for social mobility. Ropate Valume, FBC News.
Fijian seasonal workers deployed to New Zealand have raised a number of concerns with the Employment Minister Chone Usamate. They met the minister during his week-long tour to New Zealand last week. Issues raised by RSC workers were in relation to the poor quality of accommodation, less weekly wage pay, high charges of transportation cost, pay slip discrepancies and uneven income distribution for group contracts. Usamate says there is also a need for more time to be given to our workers to familiarize themselves with the task before moving to another work. He says there is also a need to standardize all employment contracts and all costs are to be articulated in the contract, which means no surprises for workers. Usamate also noted that communication and cross-cultural understanding continues to be a challenge yet to be resolved. Now, first of its kind food and music festival is underway at Suva's iconic Thurston Garden today. The event, which attracted hundreds of people, was organized by Knox Entertainment in partnership with Fiji Broadcasting Corporation's Gold FM. Seniani Boyla was part of the festival.
It was that kind of a Saturday which many people desire for live music, entertainment and a range of mouth-watering food in a perfect setting.
Knox Entertainment has a vision to raise the bar of live entertainment in Fiji. So we wanted to give some of Fiji's best artists the opportunity to come and showcase and promote live music.
The event aims to promote live music in Fiji. Gold FM team leader Karakuroi says the event is a hit.
This morning at about 8 o'clock and already people were lining up at the gates, so that was quite positive, and we hope that this will be one of the many festivals to come. Suva being a very quiet place, being the capital city, I think it's only fair that we hold festivals like this every once in a while, if not regularly. But the turnout has been good so far.
It was a family affair for many.
It's been a great time. The music is beautiful. There's lots of food. The kids are enjoying all the face paints, all the different activities, and everybody's having a great time.
And I wish there was more of this type of festivals in Suva. All the kids are enjoying it a lot, and I think it's really good.
Happy, and it's also a good opportunity to come and socialize with multi-races.
More than 500 people are present here at the first ever Thurston Food and Music Festival. The festival will close its doors at 10 p.m. tonight. Sainiani Mboila, FBC News.
Ahead in sports, Nanranga wins Skipper Cup. And the latest from the Battle of the Giants tournament, details after the break.
I'm under a sort of of Nayabu whenever I want to tune in to listen to great music, I always tune in to my favorite radio station, Gold FM, only the classic.
My name is Lita. We love listening to Gold FM here at the Fiji Hideaway Resort and Spa. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
We here at Tano Waterfront Lautoka love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
The Vodafone Flying Fijian side has successfully defended the Pacific Nations Cup title, defeating Samoa 38-16 at Apia Park today. Halfback Henry Seniloli scored 3 tries in the match, with Chale Vatumbua and Api Ratuniarawa adding 1 each. Fiji trailed 16-14 at the break, but the John McKee coach side scored 24 unanswered points in the second spell. Meanwhile, Tonga qualified as the second Oceania team for the 2019 RWC, as the huge loss to Samoa saw them finish third. The Nandronga Rugby side won the Skipper Cup title, thumping Namosi 40-20 at Lawanga Park, Singatoka today. Namosi did put on a tough challenge as they led 13-7 at the break, but that is all they had to offer as the Stallions came out firing in the second spell, showing why they are the traditional champions of Fijian rugby. Rohit Deo with the story.
Nandronga fly half Pedeli Nadembe had a man of the match performance, scoring 2 tries and setting up another. Nadembe scored his first try within 2 minutes of the start to see the home side leading 7-0. Namosi slowly got settled and scored a try and added 2 penalties to lead 13-7 at the break.
Inches away from that white mark, Namosi goes in for their first try, and Namosi showing that in the pick and drive, in the thick of things.
The Stallions came out firing in the second spell as Nadembe set up hooker Ratu Naisa Navuna for a try and minutes later scored 1 himself.
Nandronga come charging up, Pedeli Nadembe, knocked on, did it go back? The referee says it's a try. Try to Ratu Naisa Navuma. Nandronga, Ratu Naisa Navuma gets the try. Apisalome Wangatambo back to Daveta. Oh, the offload is good. Navori. Nandronga go charging out. Pedeli Nadembe. What a break. Turn in field. This man is super. This could be the try of the Skipper Cup. Pedeli Nadembe. Absolutely brilliant. That will be certainly a man of the match performance from Pedeli Nadembe. What a try. He scored 4 tries.
Number 8, Ermasi Randonro also added 2 tries in the second spell to seal the win for the Stallions.
And he will. Randondro. Nandronga show the power. Still there for Devo. Away from Wakatabu. Oh, Nandronga. They will score here. Eramasi Randondro turns in field. Eramasi Randondro. Try number 6 for Nandronga. Nandronga will be champions of Skipper Cup again. She go to work.
Nandronga received $30,000 for the win, while Namosi walked away with $15,000. Rohit Dev, BC Sports.
The Lambasa football side is through to next week's semi-finals after an impressive 4-0 win over Raki Raki at the Ink Mobile Battle of the Giants tournament today. The Bambasinga Lions came out strong and had a hat-trick to Christopher Wasasala and another goal to Chanetani Baksh, so the home team leading 4-0 at the break. Lambasa has 6 points and is the first team through to the last 4.
My first plan was to qualify for the semis, especially playing in front of the home crowd, and that we have done it. And still we got a game in hand tomorrow, and we're looking forward for that game. And as I said from the beginning, that we're taking one game at a time.
Lautoka is currently leading Rewa 1-0 in the second spell in the last match of the day at Surbral Park. Zibra Sahib scored the goal from the penalty spot in the first half. Let's take a look.
And he places it as Zibra Sahib has put Lautoka up by 1-0 through a penalty.
And Nandi and Suva played to a 1-1 draw in the second match of the day at the BOG tournament. Former Suva striker Rusiate Matararenga scored first for the Jet Setters in the 39th minute of the second spell. Just when it looked like the Jet Setters had secured 3 points, Sakaria Rakaria grabbed the equalizer in the first minute of injury time. Well, the Bar football side defeated Raketi 1-0 earlier today. Bar's only goal came late in the first spell to Remurea Takiate. The win sees Bar move to 4 points, while Raketi is the first team out of the tournament. Here's the lone goal from the match.
Wait. Abineswami's kick, the header through inside and pushed through by Remeru Takiate. So Bar get a relief in the 44th minute of play. Captain Remeru Takiate has put Bar up by 1-0, and that certainly will be a big relief for the Bar fans.
Well, last night, Lambasa edged Suva 1-0 in the last match of day 1. Janetani Buck scored the lone goal of the match early in the second spell. And here's that goal. On to netball, the Baby Pearls were humbly defeated 79-28 by New Zealand in the semi-finals of the World Netball Youth Cup in Botswana this morning. The Highlanders marched on to the Super Rugby semi-finals with a classy 40-17 win over the Reds last night. Fijian Waisake Naholo was on song for the Highlanders, scoring the first try within 3 minutes. Cloudy periods with brief showers was experienced over the northern and eastern parts of Vanua-Levu. Elsewhere, fine apart from isolated brief showers prevailed. Now taking a look at the west, cloudy periods also prevailed in the west. Temperature in Ba was 27 degrees, while Nandi and Lautoka were on 26. Suva was the coolest today with no sign of sun throughout the day. Temperatures dipped to 23 degrees. And similar conditions prevailed in Vanua-Levu. Lambasa recorded 27 degrees and Savu-Savu was cool at 25. At sea, southeast winds 20 to 25 knots, rough seas and moderate southerly swells. And for the tides, the high tide is 11:20 p.m. with a low tide at 5:28 a.m. Sunrise is at 6:38. For tomorrow, cloudy with brief showers over Vanua-Levu, the Lamai Viti and the Lau group. The eastern parts and interior of the other larger islands. Elsewhere, it should be fine, apart from isolated brief showers. Once again, it will be cool at night. The outlook for Monday, fine, apart from isolated brief showers of the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands. It will be cool at night. Recapping the main stories, new homes for families of fallen soldiers. Significant improvements to LTA services, says new chief executive, and Flying Fijians retain PNC title. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. To our poll question, this week we're asking, should civil servants be put on contracts like people in the private sector? Visit our FBC website to answer. Do send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via our Facebook page FBC News, or you can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. Until next time, good night.
मैं प्रेमिला वायरुकु रेकी रेकी से सुबह मेरी आँख खुलती है तो मैं मिर्ची एफएम सुनती हूँ। मिर्ची एफएम इज नंबर 1। इट्स सो हॉट।
हम लोग बार टाउन के कैरियर ड्राइवर लोगों ने हम लोग के मिर्ची एफएम सुनो अच्छा लगे। मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट।
हाय, मैं संध्या नारियल रेफ्रिकी से मेरे सारे दोस्त मिर्ची एफएम सुनते हैं। मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट। आई लव मिर्ची एफएम।
हमें स्पिन टको ताबुआ के मिर्ची एफएम में सबसे अच्छा गाना बजे।
Mirchi FM, it's hot.